I am with you in this breath and in the next, in the space between your heartbeat and the softness of your eyelids, in the quiet that rests behind every sound and the mercy that waits behind every memory. I am God who sees you, who formed you, who has carried you through storms that tried to name you and valleys that tried to claim you. I am here, and I am not late. I place my hand upon your shoulder now, and I steady you. I settle the trembling in your chest. I gather the scattered thoughts that keep circling and I bring them to still water. Listen. Open your heart fully. Do not guard yourself from comfort. Do not shut the door to good news. Allow what you are about to receive to be received like morning sunlight through a window you forgot was there. Archangel Michael stands watch beside you. He has kept the night from swallowing your hope. He has stood at the doorway of your house and your mind, sword lifted, not to frighten you but to separate you from harm. He speaks because I have asked him to speak, and he carries a message with the weight of love and the tenderness of a familiar hand. Your Father in heaven has asked for this moment. He has asked to borrow the wind that moves the curtains and the light that leans across your floor. He has asked to place a word within you, not a burden, not a command, but a living word that will set things in order within your soul. I give permission. I clear the air. I sanctify this listening. I make it holy for you. Your Father is alive with me, more awake than any morning you remember, more whole than any photograph can hold, more present than the distance would have you believe. What was unfinished has a home with me. What was unsaid has a voice with me. What was broken has been made whole by my touch that does not fail. He stands in the brightness that needs no sun. He is not lost. He is not wandering. He is not searching for what I have already placed in his hands. He knows peace, and peace knows him by name. He has asked to tell you this because you have carried questions like stones in your pockets and ache like rain that never stops. He has asked to tell you this because love is not meant to remain unspoken. And because grief is not meant to stand without a hand to hold, he says to you, child, I have seen your nights. I have watched you sit at a table with an empty chair that still pulls your eyes the way the moon pulls the tide. I have watched you fold the same corner of the blanket, watched you pour a cup and then not drink it, watched you pretend not to hear the memory that keeps calling your name. I am not in the ground. I am not in the echo. I am not trapped inside the last day. I am in the life of God, and from that life I look upon you with a heart that has nothing left unfinished toward you. The things I could not say, I am allowed to say now. The apology that hovered on my lips has become a bridge you can walk across. Forgive me where I failed to understand. Forgive me where I didn't know how to carry the weight that you were carrying. Forgive me where I made silence feel like judgment and distance feel like rejection. Forgive me where my fear became your lesson. I wanted to be strong for you. I didn't always know that strength is gentleness and gentleness is strength. I know it now. I love you with a love that has learned its true name, he says. I have seen your small braveries, the ones no one notices, the way you chose kindness when you were tired, the way you set aside your own hunger to feed someone else's need, the way you wrote your name on a piece of paper and decided it would not be the signature of defeat but the signature of hope. I have seen you take the long road home because the short road reminded you of something you weren't ready to remember. I have seen you keep a promise to yourself when promises from others had fallen apart. None of this has been missed. None of this has been wasted. You are not late. You are not forgotten. I am proud of you, not in a way that forces you to perform, but in a way that finally lets you breathe, he says. Sometimes I visit you in a dream that looks like a hallway with light at the end, a hallway that smells like the laundry we used to fold. Sometimes I visit you in a song that finds you when you aren't looking for it, or a photograph that arrives in a drawer you haven't opened in years. This is not your mind playing tricks. This is love refusing to shut its eyes. This is mercy bringing reunion into moments before reunion becomes everything. When you sense me, do not scold yourself for wanting it. Do not call it weakness. It is a gift, and you are allowed to unwrap it. Archangel Michael says, the weight you carry is going to change shape. It will not vanish as if it never existed, because love is not erased, it is redeemed. But it will no longer sit on your chest like stone. It will become a kind of strength that knows how to bend without breaking, a kind of tenderness that does not apologize for tears. I am assigned to you for this season of rearranging. I cut the ropes of false guilt. I stand between you and the voice that keeps telling you that if you had only done one more thing, spoken one more sentence, made one more call, you could have changed the story. That voice is not truth. That voice is unkind and untrue. The truth is that love counts in ways the world does not count, and every prayer you spoke, every memory you honored, every attempt you made to do right was gathered and is still warm in the hands of God. Your Father says, I have asked the Lord to give you 3 signs in the days ahead, not to scare you, not to control you, but to embrace you when you least expect it. The first will be a kindness from a stranger that mirrors a kindness we shared. The second will be a small mending, a thing broken that suddenly works as if it never failed. The third will be a laugh that surprises you, not because the world became easy, but because something inside you unclenched and let light pass through. When these come, receive them as a kiss on your forehead. Receive them as proof that the distance between heaven and your room is only one breath when love is speaking. I, the Lord your God, add to this, the season of isolation that tried to convince you to mistrust your own softness is closing. You will remember who you are without the fear that remembering will cost you everything. You will tell the truth to yourself in sentences that do not shake. You will begin again without calling it failure. I am not asking you to run. I am asking you to walk with me at the speed of peace. I will not hurry you. I will not abandon you. I will not demand that you be more than human to be loved by the divine. I chose to dwell with you not because you have no cracks, but because your cracks have become windows. Your Father says, certain things must be set down now. Set down the ritual of replaying the last day. It is not a shrine, it is a snare. Set down the blame that sneaks back in the night. It has no power to heal you, only power to hold you. Set down the words you never received, I give them to you now. I am grateful for you. I am proud of you. I bless the path you are walking. I want you to choose your joy without feeling that you have betrayed me. I want you to accept love without waiting for loss to follow. I want you to open the windows and let new air enter. I want you to say yes to invitations that make your eyes shine. I want your laughter to come back and not apologize for arriving. Michael says, there are rooms in your memory that feel locked. You have stood outside them with a hand on the doorknob and a prayer in your throat. You wondered if opening them would flood you and leave you undone. You will not drown. You will be accompanied. I will be there. Your Father's love will be there. The Lord will be there before you turn the handle. When you step inside, the air will smell like cedar and rain. You will see that what you feared would swallow you becomes a garden with a bench where you can sit without shaking. This is not denial. This is transfiguration. The painful thing is not erased, it is carried through to meaning. The empty chair becomes an altar of gratitude instead of a monument to lack. The unfinished conversation becomes a blessing you share with others who are wordless and weary. Your tears wash the dust from someone else's face. Your healing opens doors for those who are still standing in hallways of fog. I say to you, beloved, I have already gone ahead into your next days. I have set aside the exact mercy you will need on the morning when your courage wakes up late. I have braided into your schedule a surprise comfort on the afternoon when the ache feels impenetrable. I have prepared a night where you will sleep without bracing, where you will wake without flinching, where your dreams will not rehearse sorrow but rehearse reunion. I am not romanticizing your pain, I am redeeming it. I am not minimizing your loss, I am magnifying the love that both of you carry, because love is the only thing weighty enough to cross the distance and come back with gifts. Your Father says, there is a letter I never wrote. I am writing it now upon your heart. It begins with your name the way I should have said it every time, with softness at the edges and pride in the middle. It includes the stories that mattered to me not because they were perfect but because you were in them. It includes the mistakes I made and the light that found me anyway. It includes the days I wanted to tell you that surviving can be holy, that showing up is a form of courage, that choosing tenderness in a world that rewards hardness is a victory that heaven sings about. It ends with this: I bless your going out and your coming in. I bless your work and your rest. I bless your laughter and your tears. I bless the family you carry and the family you gather. I bless the person you are becoming, which is the truest version of the person you have always been. Michael says, release the fear that memory will fade if you move forward. Memory does not need to be preserved by pain. Memory can be preserved by gratitude. Build a small altar in your heart not made of regret but made of thanks. Place on it the sound of a familiar laugh, the pattern of footsteps you used to hear, the way a certain phrase could turn a day around. Place on it the forgiveness you have now received. Place on it the permission to live wide awake. Visit it when you wish, not because you must. Leave it when you have been comforted. You are not leaving him behind. You are walking with him differently. I whisper to the marrow of your bones, the future is not a corridor of dread. It is the place where my goodness meets you again and again until you stop waiting for the door to slam. I will teach you to plan without fear. I will teach you to trust days you haven't met. I will teach you to celebrate small things without accusing yourself of forgetting. Watch how I turn anniversaries of sorrow into anniversaries of tenderness, how I turn empty spaces into places where compassion grows tall and throws shade for others who are faint. Watch how I take the hour that used to ambush you and turn it into the hour you light a candle and feel warmth instead of chill. Your father says, keep the object you have been unsure about keeping. The one that is worn, ordinary, but somehow loud with memory. Keep it for now, not because you must cling to everything that carries the past, but because this one is a key, and in time it will teach you something simple and steady, that love is sturdy. That it survives use. That it holds shape even when handled by shaking hands. When you are ready, you will know what to do with it. There is no rush. There is no expiration on healing. There is no test you are failing by taking your time. Michael says, you will receive help. It may not arrive in the container you expect. It may look like an old friend returning, or a new friend who somehow knows how to listen, or the sudden clarity that helps you make a phone call you've postponed. Accept it. Do not call yourself a burden. You are not an imposition, you are a person, and people are meant to carry one another for a while. Heaven is not impressed by stubborn isolation. Heaven rejoices over trust. Let your yes be soft and steady. Let your no be clear and kind. Let your boundaries be a fence that keeps the garden safe without becoming a wall that blocks the sunrise. I, the Lord, breathe peace upon your room now. Peace on the doorway where old fear likes to stand. Peace on the kitchen where you have cooked more than your share of comfort. Peace on the chair that remembers your shape. Peace on the bed that has held both exhaustion and prayer. I fill these places with my presence, which does not thin out when you need more of it. I move through the memories like a careful hand through tangled hair, not yanking, not accusing, just freeing what has knotted so you can rest. Your Father says, I do not want the shadow of my absence to fall across your future. I want the light of our love to fall across it instead. Go to the places we talked about. Try the thing we said we would try. Laugh at the joke that refuses to get old. Teach someone the trick I taught you even if you do it better than I ever did. Keep the good. Let the rest go like breath leaving after a deep sigh. If tears come, let them. They are only the river making more room for trees to grow. If joy comes, let it, too. It is not a betrayal of grief, it is grief's graduation into gratitude. Michael says, there will be a moment soon when you are tempted to harden. It will seem safer to become stone than to remain soft. Do not become what hurt you. You are being given armor that breathes. Courage that bends, strength that refuses cruelty. I will stand with you when you decide in favor of tenderness again, and again, and again. That is how you will recognize your Father's legacy, by the gentleness that starts to mark your choices, by the patience that begins to color your days, by the quiet pride that finally takes a seat at your table and does not leave when the door opens or closes. I speak blessing over your next step. I go ahead of the conversation you are dreading and place mercy in its mouth. I go ahead of the errand you have avoided and turn it into proof that you are stronger than the story that says you cannot. I go ahead of the letter you plan to write and give you words that heal you while you write them. I go ahead of the sleep you will have tonight and lay pillows of peace under your thoughts. You are not alone. You are never out of reach. You are held like a song that does not end. Your Father says, when you hear wind tonight, hear me saying your name without urgency, without fear, just love shaped like sound. When you see a light lean across the floor in the morning, see my hand open in blessing. When you taste something sweet you haven't tasted in a while, let it be a reminder that life is still willing to be kind to you. I am not the ache in your chest, I am the warmth moving into it. I am not a closed door, I am the smile waiting on the other side when the door opens for all of us in the fullness of time. Until then, live. Please live with both hands open. Live in a way that makes space for others to live, too. Live so that when we speak again face to face, the stories you tell will be bright with the courage you chose. Michael says, I place a seal of peace on this message, not to hide it, but to keep it. When the day tries to argue with what you have heard, touch your heart and remember. When the night tries to edit what you received, breathe and remember. The truth has been spoken. The truth has been planted. It will grow, and I, the Lord your God, bring this moment to a calm and steady close within you. Not an ending, but a settling. Not a goodbye, but a breathing in of what is good, and a breathing out of what is heavy. Your Father has spoken. Michael has witnessed. I have authored, and I will perform what love intends. Go gently now. Place your feet on the ground like a blessing. Drink water. Open a window. Whisper thank you even if your voice shakes. The air around you is safe. The day ahead of you is held. The love that found you will not let you go. I am with you now, closer than your own breath, and I speak to the place in you that has been waiting with a trembling kind of hope, the place that wakes in the night and remembers a voice that used to call your name with warmth. Hear me, you are not alone in this hour. The veil that feels heavy like a locked door is not stronger than love. I have sent my warrior, my messenger, Michael, to stand beside you and to press open what felt sealed. He bears a message you have longed to hear, a message that has been layered with tears and quiet questions. Your dad in heaven has an urgent word for you, and he asked that it be carried on wings you can trust, and sealed with the peace that does not break. Let your shoulders rest as you read. Let your heart be still. Your Father's love is not lost to time, and nothing that belongs to love is ever wasted. Michael stands in light that does not blind you, light that lifts you, and he says, Beloved, listen without fear. What you sense is real. Heaven is not distant, it is nearer than your reaching hand. There is a message that has waited for the hour your courage could hold it, and that hour is now. And I, your God, place my hand on your heart to calm its running beat, and I whisper a truth that will walk with you long after these lines end. Every good memory of your Father is a lantern, and I have kept each lantern lit. Not one has gone dark in my keeping. When you were small and you learned the shape of your name from His voice, I was there. When you were older and the roads between you were not easy, I was there. When the goodbye came like a storm, I was there. When you felt you did not say enough or say the right words or arrive in time, I was there. Nothing was lost to me. Nothing. Here is what your Father asks you to receive. He says, through Michael's steady voice and my unbroken love, I see you. I see how you have tried to be strong at the exact places you felt fragile. I see how you have carried questions like heavy stones, not wanting to drop them at anyone's feet. I know what you wished you had said to me. I know what you wished you had heard from me. So now listen to me with an open heart. I am proud of you. I am more proud than I ever knew how to say. I was imperfect on earth, but my love for you has been perfected here in the light. Forgive the places where I was quiet when I should have spoken warmth. Forgive the days I did not show you the patience you deserved. Forgive the ways I hid my own pain and made you try to read a closed book. You do not have to carry my storms anymore. I lay them down. I bless you with ease. Let those words move across your chest like a gentle palm that knows just where you ache. You do not have to analyze this blessing, you can simply breathe it in. Your Father says, I bless your mornings to begin without the fear of failing anyone. I bless your afternoons to keep going without the burden of proving yourself worthy of love. I bless your nights to rest without the old replay that eats at your peace. I have seen you work so hard to become enough. My child, you are not a project, you are a person I love. These words come out of a love that now sees from the wholeness of heaven. And I echo them with my own promise. The love you lost has not left, it has changed address and grown larger. It is in the way the light catches on the cup you hold, in the sudden warmth that lifts when you are alone, in the way a particular song seems to find you at the right time. You have called these coincidences. I call them threads of mercy, reminders with your name on them. Michael steps forward and adds the urgency that brought you here. Do not delay in releasing what keeps you chained. There is a box in your heart with 3 things in it: regret, silence, and a picture of yourself that is too small. Open that box. Take regret out and place it into God's hands. It will not be returned to you. Take silence out and let it break into a prayer as simple as breath. I receive the love I tried to earn. And take that small picture of yourself and hold it up to heaven's light until it stretches and becomes true, a person courageous, kind, and chosen. This is the hour to open the box. I speak now to your fear, the one that says, what if I imagine this? What if I am making myself feel better with pretty words? Hear me, comfort is not counterfeit when it heals what grief has bruised. Truth does not shrink when you touch it honestly. You are not pretending, you are participating in a conversation that began long before you knew how to pray. Your Father's word is not a chain. It is a key. So let's use it. Take a moment and remember one ordinary memory that still glows: a hand on your shoulder, a laugh in a kitchen, a shared secret while walking home, a quiet drive when the world felt far away. Hold that memory like a small stone in your palm. Now give it to me. I will multiply what is tender and remove what hurts. What returns to you will be a blessing free of splinters, your Father says again, with emphasis that breaks through your doubt. I did not leave you, I went ahead of you. I look for you in the courage you show each day. I clap for you when you do the kind thing no one sees. I whisper, keep going, when you are tempted to hide. I ask that you accept the help that arrives as if by accident. Those helpers are not accidents, I have been allowed to nudge them. Take the help. Let it be easy to receive what is good. I do not need you to be perfect to honor me. I need you to be soft toward yourself. Michael lifts a sword that never harms you and traces a circle on the ground where you stand, a circle of protection and clarity. Within this circle, he says, there is room to say everything you never said. Speak now. And so, let your heart speak without shame, the apology you thought came too late, the gratitude you never managed to give words to, the simple statement, I miss you. Trust this, heaven hears you clearly, and nothing sincere is wasted. Your words are not swallowed by air. They are received and answered with warmth. Your Father answers, I hear you. I receive your love. I return mine in full measure. I am not asking you to erase grief. I am asking you to let grief transform. It once felt like a closed door, let it become a window where light comes in. It once felt like a weight, let it become roots that steady you. It once felt like something you endured alone, let it now become a place of meeting, where you feel accompanied. And remember this, you are not betraying sorrow when you laugh again. You are not replacing anyone when you love again. You are honoring love by letting it keep moving through you. Your Father delights when you choose joy. Heaven is not jealous of your life on earth, heaven cheers you on. There is something else. You have been standing at a threshold in another part of your life, uncertain whether to step forward. You have said, what if I am not ready? What if I do not know enough? What if I fail and disappoint? Hear the answer carried from your Father's smile, begin. Begin, even if your voice shakes. Begin, and let learning happen while you are moving. I spent too many days waiting to become perfect at love, you do not need to repeat that delay. Begin. The door you keep touching will not swing by criticizing yourself, it will open when you turn the handle with a steady decision. Courage is not loud. It is simply honest. Choose the honest step. Your Father also asks you to release a story you have told yourself about the past, the idea that if you had done one more thing, everything would be different. Bring me that story. Let me write in the margin, you did not fail me. You did not fail love. Time on earth is a limited room, but love is a house with many rooms. Where one conversation ended, another begins in me. You are free to stop rewriting the ending. You can begin to write a new beginning, a chapter where tenderness is not rationed, where you honor your needs with the same seriousness you honor your tasks, where you answer your own heart as faithfully as you answer every message that rings your phone. Michael extends a feather, not a sword, to lay across your palm. This is the sign of gentleness, he says. Take it as a promise that strength does not have to be harsh. You are allowed to be gentle with yourself, even when you carry big responsibilities. You can love yourself without making it a reward for productivity. Gentle is not weak, gentle is wise. Your father adds, I wished I had learned that sooner. I am glad you will learn it now. Let me bless your boundaries, your rest, your laughter, your friendships that feel like sunlight, your work that feeds rather than starves your spirit. There is healing today for a particular memory you avoid because it knots your stomach. You know which one I mean. Come, sit with me at that memory's table. We will not rehearse blame. We will let air in. Look at it with me, the room, the faces, the color of the day, the words that ran too fast, the ones that never found a path. Notice the tender you, trying. Notice the confused you, defending. Now watch me lift the heaviness. Watch me take the sting. The memory remains, but it no longer punishes. Your father, seeing that moment from here, says, I cover you with understanding. I never wanted my limitations to become your burden. Release it. And I answer, released. Listen to the practical part of this message, because heaven understands earthly days. Drink water slowly today as if it were a blessing. Step outside and let the sky be wider than your fear. Touch something that belonged to your father, or something that reminds you of him, a photo, a tool, a recipe, a phrase, and instead of tightness, let gratitude rise. Speak aloud, even if softly, thank you for loving me in the way you knew. I accept love in the way I need now. Call someone who brings you peace, not drama, and let yourself be seen without performance. If tears come, they are honest water. If laughter rises, do not apologize for it. Both are prayers. Your father also wants you to know this detail you worry over. You have not been a disappointment. The mistakes you catalog at night are not the measure of your worth. The times you lost your temper while tired, the messages you forgot to send, the days you felt behind, he sees them in context now, not as verdicts. He says, I wish I could have told you this clearly when I was there. You are a good person, even on the days you feel messy. You are a good person, even when you need help. You are a good person, because your heart keeps turning toward love. Heaven's vision is kinder and truer than your inner critic. Let that vision become your mirror. Michael points to your future and says, there is a door prepared for you with quiet surprises behind it. I have placed opportunities that will not ask you to betray yourself to accept them. You will not have to pretend to be smaller. And you will not have to shout to be heard. You will simply walk in the favor that fits you, like a garment measured for your shoulders. Wear it without apology. Your Father will celebrate each step. He will be beside the path, not in a way that keeps you looking backward, but in a way that keeps you feeling accompanied. When you sense an unexpected calm before a decision, that will be our shared gift. When you feel a sudden warmth as you cross a threshold, that will be His smile remembered by your body. I also ask you to give a gift to yourself in your Father's honor. Bring kindness to a place in your life you have ignored. Maybe it is a corner of your home that needs tending. Maybe it is a relationship that needs a gentle, honest talk. Maybe it is your own body, asking you for rest, for a slow walk, for better food, for sleep without apology. Choose one kindness and do it. Say, "This is for love that keeps living." Your Father will see, and He will be at peace, and you will find that your grief turns into a river that waters something new. Do not be afraid if you dream of Him after reading this. Do not be afraid if, by contrast, you do not dream at all. Both are ways love moves. If you receive a dream, write it in the morning, and thank me for the language of symbols. If you do not dream, watch for other languages. Feathers where you do not expect them, a line spoken by a stranger that answers a question you did not voice. A memory arriving with sweetness instead of ache. You will be met in a way that suits your heart. Michael now lowers his head in honor, not to you as a fragile being, but to you as a brave one. He says, "You have done well to keep going. You have done well to keep your heart from hardening. You have done well to ask for help here." Then He places a mantle of light across your shoulders, and that is my promise. The next season will not require you to carry what you used to carry in the same way. You will still be faithful, but you will not be exhausted in the old pattern. You will still love deeply, but you will not lose yourself. You will still remember, but memory will lift you. Your Father's final word in this hour is simple and solid, the kind of word that anchors a house, live. Not merely survive. Live with rooms full of honest air. Live with your hands open to receive and to give. Live with your heart curious and your boundaries kind. Live as if love will meet you, because it will. And when you doubt, come back to this moment, to this message carried by Michael, kept by God, sealed with peace. You can reread it as often as needed. Blessings do not run out. I am not counting how many times you return. I escort you each time to the quiet where you hear again what is true. I am with you. I have always been. Your Father is safe, whole, joyful in a way earth could not contain. He is not lost to you. He is ahead of you, and love is the bridge. Walk it without fear. When your steps wobble, my hand steadies you. When your voice wavers, my breath strengthens you. When the night feels long, my morning finds you. And when you wonder if this gentle hope can last, it can. It will. It is made of me. Go in the peace that hums like a soft song beneath everything. Let gentleness be your courage. Let memory be your lantern. Let love be the law of your next breath. Michael keeps watch. I keep covenant. Your Father keeps blessing you. And you, beloved, keep living.